scary. It's 60, 90 days, going 20 kilometers a day on mountains with 20 kilos on your back. Like, no experience. It's scary.
Yeah.
And she quit 2 days before the trail. And I was scared to do it alone. Like, I heard rumors that people who do it alone and working so much time alone, they're getting like hallucination, starting to talking to their object, to the walking stick and like crazy shit like that. And I did it, and I went alone.
Join the journey, stay for a while.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of KohPhanCast, the official podcast of Koh Phangan Island. And this week with me, my good friend Inor. Inor is a photographer for Boom Festival, for Nova Festivals. Inor is an entrepreneur and media person. He helped raise money and awareness towards the survivors of the 7th of October. He had exhibitions in the US. He's just all around a nice, energetic, passionate person. And before we get to the episode, guys, you know what to do. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this conversation. And let's get into it. KohPhanCast. Enjoy the episode. Inor, super good to have you here with me.
Hey, mate.
Honestly, we've been knowing each other for a couple of years. You don't know it. I knew it. We worked...
You blush.
Yeah. We worked together in a couple of events. And then I got your Instagram. And then I've seen the way you advanced, from the 7th of October and all the events and how you took everything to your own heads and said, I need to be, to advertise it, to have it out, to give to people. So first of all, I want to compliment you and thank you for the super important job that you're doing out there, because it's important. People need to know what's going on and what went through, and now they're coming back slowly but surely. So thank you for this. Brother, for the people that doesn't know you, give me 30, 40 seconds on you.
Wow. Okay. My name is Inor. I'm living the last 4 years as a nomad, as an adventurer. Usually go to very, very weird places, doing survival camps in Amazonas jungle and going 90 days alone by foot on the desert and mountains in Israel. And then 2 years ago, I became like a professional photographer of festivals, and only trance festivals, about psychedelic festivals. And this has become my life. And from then on, I was a main photographer in October 7th, the Nova Festival. And like, I think most of us, all our life changed, and I needed to change everything. And my way of dealing with trauma is by fucking doing a lot of stuff. I need to do stuff. I love working. Yeah. So I just took it to the extreme and was working in talking and making videos of finding survivors and giving a mental health, and going to USA to open galleries about that and to give speeches. And that's it. And I'm thinking that I'm a little bit workaholic about this stuff.
Aren't we all, bro? Let's start from the beginning. Yeah. We're going to cut it to a couple parts. I have this all planned out.
No, I'm afraid.
I'm a lovely person. Let's do it like that. Let's start before the 7th. When did you start going to be a part of the scene, to photograph, doing photography for people?
Okay. It's a very funny story. First of all, just to give a little bit context about I'm a professional stills photographer. I'm a content creator. I have like a following of around 13,000 people. And I'm a very known person around trance culture in Israel. And I was shooting festivals like Nova Festival, Boom Festival, and that all. And I was making videos about my process. In the beginning, I didn't even like trance music. I could not understand that. It was so weird to me. I was living in Eilat. It's like a village in the Red Sea.
Yeah, it's like living on Mars.
Yes, it's like a pink mountain, something crazy.
Yeah.
And all my friends were kind of making parties all the time, of trance parties, and I'm like, I don't like this music. It's too fast. I could not. How you dance for that? But I like the culture, to be in the nature and everything. And I was going to a couple of them. And then we went to live in Sri Lanka for a couple months. And I was sleeping in a hammock And one of my friends kind of, kicked me out like, hey, I know, we're making a trance party. Do you want to join us to make it? Because all the festivals and all the parties in Sri Lanka was kind of shit.
Yeah.
The music go up and then the drop, it's different key and different type of music, and you kind of
All over the place.
all over the place. It was shitty. And we said, yeah, okay, I will join you. And we said, okay, we need like 50 people to break even. So doing that, and after that, we don't care if people will come.
Yeah.
And nobody knew how to play trance. They were years in the scene. I was didn't know no one. So we were writing on the flyers, DJ Ino, DJ Ben David, DJ Twitter, just we're going on the stage playing like pressing play and like fucking rock.
Yeah.
Friends party. So first event was 180 people,
Nice.
and then people wanted more and more and more, and we said, okay, we will give you. And then become 200 people, 300 people, 400 people, and slowly we became the biggest trance production in Sri Lanka, because it's a very small island. And still, we taking turns to play on the sets as the DJs. No one know how to play. We just make it for friends. We just said, okay, let's put 1 hour of a famous set, let's play and rock. I get to a situation when I was going on the streets and people were kind of coming to me, running to me. Oh, DJ, I know, I love your set. I'm coming on your set. And I'm like, what should I do? Like, should I tell them? Should I not? And then, because we were the main production, it was in the time of the coronavirus, a little bit after it. And Shankara that needed to be in Switzerland cancelled. And the Shankara in Sri Lanka needed to be cancelled. But all the psychedelic people all over the world still bought tickets. So there was a local production who made an event of around 2,000 people. And how they will not invite the main producer and the biggest DJ I know to play on the main stage.
Yeah.
And I'm getting like these messages and I don't know how to play. And I'm like, shit, what should I do?
Yeah, I'm gonna get caught.
I don't want to be feeling fake, but then it's like a crazy opportunity that most DJs will never get in life. Yeah, so I read on the same week a quote of Richard Branson. He's a billionaire. He's like 80 years old. He making like jumpy jumps from airplane. He's like crazy guy. He's owner of Virgin Galactic and stuff.
Yeah.
He said, if someone gives you an opportunity and you don't know if you can take it, say yes. And learn on the way.
Yeah.
So I said to them yes, and I bought a DJ set, and I was kind of trying to learn it a week before.
Yeah.
And then it's just become crazier and crazier. They invite me to the place, to the festival. I'm going with my friends, and because we are Israelis, and I don't know if people know, but Israelis kind of known as the goats of the
scene.
Yes, we are kind of the most famous one. So they give me a VIP tour and show me everything and give me like a hotel honor of the artist, and it was international people, and you see your name on the lineup and you kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's becoming real.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting with all the artists and I had longer beard and longer hair and I was looking older. And then DJ is coming to me, yeah, I'm playing this type of trance, this stuff, but I'm not like you. I'm only 7 years on the scene. I'm not like... You're more professional than me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, shit.
Yeah. How do I tell them?
Shit. Basically, I went, closed myself 2 days in the hotel, was learning how to play, went on the main stage on the same event. I have in the after me video, like a small book of me, written, each song goes after each, which second and which beat. And I just played all the mainstream stuff and it was good. And then I become loving the scene. I was a producer, kind of fake DJ.
Yeah.
Then I quit doing that because I was playing one time and I'm like, no.
Enough.
And this is how my journey began.
That's beautiful. And when did you decide to go specifically to the area of photography? When did you discover that you have passion towards photography?
In the beginning, I was in beginning of my journeys, my first journey was I was walking 90 days by foot from the border of Lebanon to the border of Egypt.
And we are going to talk about it.
Yes, it was a crazy, crazy time.
Yeah.
This is when I was reborn and I found my love to and passion to be a nomad and adventurous, because I felt the most passion in these 90 days of traveling. But I was documenting everything. So I made from my iPhone 8 pictures and I was writing down. So this is when I was kind of documenting my way and to tell the story and the crazy shit I was living through. Like I was one time with we will talk about those crazy stories. But long story short, I was living in Eilat again with my friend, and he came to me with an idea to open the munch cookies. So it's like, like Amsterdam cookie, people smoking weed and they fucking want something to eat, sweet. So in Eilat, everything closed around 11 p.m. And there's a lot of stoners. So we had a business idea to make these cookies. So my brain started going away. Okay, I will make the business plan, and this is a marketing plan. And I had some old camera at my 10-year-old camera at my home in Hulon. Came that, take that, start doing that. The business didn't go well. Me and my best friend, we said we need to push it over. It's not for us. But I stayed with my camera, and I just was shooting a lot of stuff and trying to different stuff. I was shooting on the beach and people and sports and a woman and erotic stuff. And then I started shooting with trance festivals.
Erotic stuff.
It was... But real quick, in my first months of taking the camera, I knew, okay, I'm going after trance. And from then on, I was kind of very only that. I only shoot trance festivals.
Yeah. And how do we go from 0 to 100 to the fact that at one day you start photographing and you understand that you love it, and couple months or years after, you're shooting boom?
So I'm... How people describe it, I'm a very extremist person. So I was never, for example, going to do hiking stuff. And my first journey was 90 days alone with one backpack and go 20 kilometers a day.
You just go for it.
Go for it. I'm a big believer all or nothing, and I'm very if I'm with you, I am with you totally.
Yeah.
If not, not half-ass it. So after a couple of weeks with the camera, I quit my job. And for 2 months, only shooting, only YouTube, only learning, only trying to shoot everything that I can. And it was kind of very quick. I make my first album by the way, Yarin Artifacts, before he was known as a DJ, he was a producer. My first event of trance music that I shot, it was his event. Even my first party I went, it was to his party.
Yeah, but you had the project before you went.
Adamame.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it in English.
Yeah, same.
So I did that. Then he connected me to Nova. I shoot for them one festival, also for free, just to get the reputation.
Experience.
Then I had 2 festivals that I get paid for. And I just said, fuck it, I'm shooting for the stars. And I just sent Boom a message with my portfolio. They love it. And then I will become the Boom art gallery photographer.
And how does it feel standing on this stage in front of 50,000-60,000 people? The force, the energy.
How to say it in... is this podcast can I talk about everything?
Everything.
Okay. So I went to the Boom for the second year, and this is the year I was shooting it. And 2023. 2020 was the first year after Corona. I was shooting it. And I shot that, and we kind of had I was not shooting the main stage, only the art gallery. And because I knew the DJs, because there were a lot of Israeli DJs, in the last day, I was finished with the photography of the art gallery. And I asked if someone of them, I wanted to be on the main stage. So I asked if I can shoot them for free. Do you want free pictures? Suddenly, of course, yeah. So I finished with the art gallery stuff. I finished all my stuff, and I'm going to the main stage. I make him the shot, the photography. Henny was the one of the closing, one before the closing event. Asterix was the closing event this year. And I finished everything. I went on the main stage. I finished shooting him and I took acid. And then I remember this moment of me on the main stage with my camera behind like the closing sets. And the acid opened up and I'm looking, hiding before the DJ, and I'm looking at 50,000 fucking people going fucking crazy. You know, the closing set. And I make a video. Because in the beginning, I didn't have money to go to the boom to shoot them.
Yeah.
So I make a video that, hey, I had a passion, I had a dream.
I remember this video.
You remember this video?
Yeah.
This is how I became like famous, like known person.
Yeah.
Said, guys, I was invited to boom to shoot the boom. I don't have money. Please share this video. I want to work for very good prices to raise money to go to the
I
boom.
remember this.
And this video became viral.
Yeah.
Like I get like, I don't know, 500 shares and 200,000 views. And then everyone was kind of rooting to me to go to the boom. And then I make a video from the main stage behind the DJ saying, I don't know how the fuck I get here, guys, but this is because of you. And I'm showing them the 50,000 people from the main stage. And one of my highlights moment in my life, also because I was on acid, but
Yeah.
like crazy. Like you saying, wow, everything is possible. Like,
Yeah.
6 months ago, I pick up a camera and then become very good. And I am on the biggest trance festival on the main stage. And it's not even my achievement. It's like all the people that support me. Like talking about like thousands of people of liking, sharing and finding, like trying to make this happen.
That's a very good lesson for anyone out there to just experience. You know, the limits that you put on yourself is the only limits that you will ever need to face. You know, because nobody ever will tell you like, yeah, some people will try and tell you what you can and cannot do, but at the end of the day, it comes also from their belief system, you know? So it feels for me that based on your story, you know, as long as you try and they're like, you miss 100% of the opportunities you don't take. And as long as you will continue not taking it, you cannot blame anyone for you not succeeding, you know?
It's, I think, one quality that I'm always undervaluing. It's like like trying very, very far. Like I shoot like 5 festivals before I apply to boom.
Yeah.
5. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Half of them was for free.
Yeah.
But then they said, yeah, we see that. And 3 months after it, I'm shooting them. So just shooting very, very far away. I think this is a main ability where I could succeed because I'm shooting very, very far away.
Yeah.
And I'm also like hustling my ass off. But like for example, relocating to Copenhagen.
Yeah.
When you live in your bubble and you seeing people doing that, it's so fucking crazy to relocate and to go to different country. But we did it.
Yeah.
And like I think if I could give any tip, I don't know if it's about tips, but making this fucking jump, it's fucking crazy. Like it's so, really, I give that everything. It's so unique to see people who make the jump and shooting so far away. And even if they don't succeed, I appreciate that.
At least you tried, man. At least you tried rather than like just telling yourself, oh no, I can't do it and this is not possible. Of course, with that attitude, for sure you will not succeed. You know, you gotta just put your horse cage on your face, not look left and right and just run toward your dreams. Because if not that, you know, you wouldn't be on the Boom Festival's crowd. Like you wouldn't, and we're gonna talk about that as well, but you wouldn't be interviewed by US fucking news and shit. It will not happen if you wouldn't be there optimistic, clean-hearted, with good intentions to just strive for your best.
I will even say delusional optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
Delusional.
Yeah, you gotta
like,
be.
It's so delusional, like all the like it's about delusion. Little bit to be delusional.
You gotta be.
You must be delusional to make the jump. Like if I will before I became a nomad, I was saying to my fucking parents or grandparents, I'm relocating to different country or want to live as a nomad, an adventurer. I was never making like any adventure in my life, like this type of, nature and crazy stuff, or like, they would say to me like, you're delusional.
Yeah.
And I have said,
I am.
maybe. But delusional optimism is something that I heard about a couple of years ago, and it stuck with me.
There's something about it, less about the word and more about how you believe it affects you. There's this energy of like believing that what you want can become truth. And if you can see it in your mind, I truly 100% believe that it's possible. Because we create the reality. We bring the reality from our thoughts back here. So the only thing that will keep us away from our dreams and the possibilities that we have in life is our own mind. And if we already started going towards nature and adventures and shit, let's talk about the 90 days in the desert. Talk to me.
So I was reborn 4 years ago. In my past, I was... my name, I had a different name, different life. My name was Ronnie. In my past, I was doing real estate entrepreneurship. I was kinda fuck the rat race. I becoming rich by doing real estate, like 9 to 5, and I had my vision of life. And I was living in a lot of manierot, sismot, I don't know how to say it.
It's like
labels.
Big talking, like big sentences.
Like, labels.
Yeah.
I'm entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I'm the motorcycle guy. I'm like that. I had like 8 rings on my finger. I was kind of cool.
Trying to be what you want.
Yeah, exactly. And I was full of shit.
Yeah.
They call this bullshit mentors, they're trying to sell you process and to bring motivation and speakers and stuff. I was kind of like that. And then there was some guy who he was 20, 30 years older than me, and he was doing real estate, but in a commercial way. He was very, very, very serious guy. You could never guess. He was like short, Yemen, regular t-shirt, doing like 100 those deals. So like he was buying like whole complexes.
Yeah.
He saw something in me, and we started being kind of working together. Not working, but he was kind of mentoring me in a way.
Yeah.
And he one time showed me the rough truth that I'm full of shit, and I'm living all these labels and trying to impress everyone, and that everyone will love me, and I live in some like bubble of my life. It was a very, very painful moment to realizing that and understanding that I need to change everything. And I changed everything. On the same month, I quit my real estate entrepreneurship company. I quit the relocation to USA. I had like a high-tech job and the same time, kind of high-tech job. Quit that, quit my motorcycle. I had like a custom motorcycle that was my baby. She took a lot of money from me, and only for the facade. I left my girlfriend, like changed everything and started searching for myself again. And then there was like this famous trail, the Trail of Israel, to go all Israel along, like by foot. And then needed to do it with a girl that I was kind of hanging out with. And 2 days before, and it's fucking scary. It's 60, 90 days, going 20 kilometers a day on mountains with 20 kilos on your back, like no experience. It's fucking scary. And she quit 2 days before the trail. And I was scared to do it alone. Like, I heard rumors that people who do it alone and working so much time alone, they're getting like hallucination, starting to talking to their object, to the walking stick and like crazy shit like that. And I did it, and I went alone, and I have a transformative life. I was starting writing a blog, showing everything that I was experienced, and I fell in love with nomading, traveling, adventure, crazy shit. I was living in multi-millionaires' houses, and then I was living in caves that some people make under the homes, and with naked hippies in the Dead Sea. And then I make adventurer who became kind of my friend and mentor. His name is Yuval. He's almost 60 years. He went to fucking minus 30 degrees in Mongolia and live with Berbers in Morocco. Like he's with
like we need him here.
Yeah, he's a crazy guy. And he took me to the, like, what they call Palestine, this area. And, like, I was met one time with a woman trafficking guy.
Oh, wow.
X1, like he was sitting 20 years for jail, and he gave me a ride because I was kind of tramping, I don't know how to say it, at taking rides, and he was telling me stories about like crazy shit, and every day like that. And I understand that for me, in this 90 days period, I lived most of my life. And it was kind of dangerous because you're walking on mountains, and I had brain tumor when I was a kid, so I have a balance problem, and I always falling, and you're going very high and very dangerous, and like if I will die on the trail, I am okay with dying there, and I want to dedicate my life to this type of lifestyle of nomad and adventurer and making that. And then I was in the end of the trail. After 90 days, I was doing a diving instructor in Eilat, in the Red Sea. Yeah. And 40 meters under the water, you had like a pressure of the water, and you're becoming high because of the pressure. And I needed to do like, exam. Mm-hmm. And one of the exams, when you're high, to see how you can control yourself, it's to backwards your name. Yeah. So if you take my old name, it was Ronnie, and you backwards in English, it's becoming Inor. And in the same moment when I'm high, 40 meters under the sea, and I get like real life realization that, yes, this is my new life, and this is my name, and I'm becoming a nomad adventure. I don't know how. I'm just a kid from Hulon, I was 22 years old, but I want to become a nomad or whatever, and 4 years after, I'm living this type of lifestyle and doing adventures, and this is my beginnings. This is where I reborn. Yeah, something inside. Like,
was that 40 meters under the sea? Was that a trigger point that made you understand that, like, oh shit, I'm capable of doing whatever the fuck I want. I'm capable of being whoever I want.
I think it was a tipping point. Mm-hmm. But no, I thinking surviving these 90 days, because my family and like all the people was kind of skeptical.
How did they react to it?
They were skeptical. They was kind of betting in the family how fast I will come back home.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's gonna
walk 90 days for sure. Yeah, come after a week.
Yeah.
Then I began like understand shit. I can make that. Like it was very hard. And also the real estate entrepreneurship. I was kind of young. I was 19 years old when I started. It cost me like the education around $15,000. Me and my partner, ex-partner, and actually to being in the rooms with sharks at like 50 years old, and I'm 19, still in the army. Yeah. Sometimes coming in a uniform. And trying to close deals and make like phone calls to USA to talk with realtors, and I'm doing crazy shit. Something that I started to say, shit, maybe it can be happened. And then you're in the circles and you meet people who actually started like that and actually make it happen. Yeah. And like these success stories just come from the bottom, and now we're here, you know, like hustling their way up.
It's the only way that it's working, you know. At the end of the day, if you don't risk everything, without risk, there's no reward. Like, you can be a cashier at some shop for 15 years, but it will not take you anywhere. You can say that you want to do things, but if you don't actually get your hands dirty, it will not happen.
I like this idea. I was always fascinating with behind the scenes. Love it. I was, for example, my favorite show was Shark Tank at the beginning, and I was loving to see how actually people. I know it's a show, but for the investors, they're kind of. So I see the interactions, the real interaction with people of how you showing like it's good or not good, or how you talk, or even after shows. And I met the people who make that, and if there was kind of a notebook of someone, for example, of Marcus Aurelius. That he has his books that he wrote all his thoughts. I was fascinating with understanding like how people operate, how you become this. Because in my past I was having these ideas that these people are chosen or like something very special, and like so God touched them, and then I understand with the times that you can become that. Like, and I wanted to understand how you become that, who these people are, like what they need to be going through to become this person. Yeah. And this kind of, took me inside.
So A sentence I've seen lately that a good friend of mine, Raquel, is, which is an amazing person, she wrote that amazing people are not people that are doing amazing things. Amazing people are that are people, ordinary people that are doing stuff with amazing consistency. They are dedicated to their dreams. They know what they want. It's not dreams for them. It's visualizations. It's manifestations. They know what they want, and all they do is taking the right path to get there.
It's interesting thought that you talk about that, because I really believe in that, but I'm very, very passionate person, and sometimes there's a backfire that I'm not just quitting, but if it doesn't passionate me, I kind of go away.
Mm-hmm.
Or I like to do projects for a couple months.
Yeah.
And then I understand micro and macro. For example, in the micro, I'm changing all the time kind of my profession. So I was doing a lot of stuff, and salesperson, I was a producer, and then I was a photographer, and then I was open a gallery, and I was a speaker, like changing. I was kind of good at most of the stuff, but in the micro was changing all the time, every 3-4 months a project.
Yeah.
But in the macro, if I'm looking in the big way, for 4 years I'm still making content. Sometimes I can be making content for a couple months all the time, and sometimes get off because I have my life or whatever. But I always come back to that, and I can see it in a lot of stuff. And then I understand it's not only the micro to be everyday consistent, it's also in the macro.
Yeah.
And in that way, I was not kind of judging myself, oh no, I didn't post that post on the Instagram because I needed to be whatever.
Yeah.
Try to look it from above, and then it's taking from myself the pressure of kind of always to be there, to always to, because and the secret is to love what you do, because you always come back to that.
Yes.
So, example, now I didn't produce content for a couple months because I'm kind of in a healing process, and I deleted my Instagram, but I always come back. So I'm doing a new journey, and something happened in my life and I need to take it out. I make the videos and I'm showing it off. So the macro why.
Definitely. But always we need to think that above the macro, there is a bigger macro, you know what I mean? Like in the fact that like, okay, you want to be consistent at one of your projects, you want to do something that you love, no problem. But the biggest project that you as Inor have in your life is Inor, you know? And if now Inor wants to discover himself in that realm, no problem. And if 3 months after you want to discover yourself in a different area, it doesn't mean that you've changed something because you're still exploring yourself. You know what I mean? So as a person that has so many projects, so many things that he's doing, you know, the main idea is to try to balance.
Shit, man, this is a fucking
The things
of
that-
life.
Yeah, balance at the end of the day, you know, when I was younger, I was all about this positivity that nowadays I look back and I call it toxic positivity, because not giving the negativity inside of you expression will end up being like a mental cancer in your brain, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, positivity or negativity, it's just a side of a coin. You know, the real deal in life, 2025 is the year of balance. You know, we gotta understand that the shit that we go through, even the bad stuff, sometimes the bad stuff that we go through have more impact and teaches us way more.
Usually.
I
would say usually.
You know, the good stuff,
Usually.
because being around to have some good period or whatever, it's fun. You just lay there, oh, I'm such a successful person, I'm having fun, woo! But then you gotta know that this too shall pass. You know, you're gonna go back to the shit because that's life, you know, it's 50-50.
I'll tell you something about like happiness.
Please.
I will just share it because it was kind of
Run with it.
I was experiencing it on my fucking skin, and it's changed a lot in me and the way I look in my life. I was living in Sri Lanka, and if you look about my lifestyle, I had the perfect lifestyle. I was a producer and I had like, there's a palm trees and you surfing and everyone knows you and you kind of famous guy and girls and you have your lovers and everything perfect. And you're living on the island. But I was waking up next to my best friend and partner and I was saying to him, Tzachi, I'm depressed. I have no idea why.
Now we're talking.
And then Will Smith quoted a philosopher, a Greek philosopher. I don't know who was it. And the philosopher said, happiness, it's not joy. Happiness, it's peace. And joy is the other way from peace. So from my understanding, like joy is going up and then it's going down and going up and down, and peace, it's kind of to be in a peaceful state. And then when I actually understand that I was in the fucking top of my kind of life and everything was perfect, I was depressed. But when I was walking by foot and I had like a little bit of water, a little bit of food, same clothes, walking in the nature, I was the most happy person in my life. And I could not understand like the fucking contrast.
Yes.
And understanding that I'm not longer searching for joy in my life. It's not something that I'm kind of, I must go to this passion, I must do these drugs.
Yeah.
Now I'm something with the age, I think. You're searching peace.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that depression and anxiety and all these things, I'm saying it to myself as well, huh? All those emotions come from being fixated on who you think you are. You know what I mean? When there's a gap between who you think you need to be and who you are in reality, I think that creates stress, And if you just let yourself be who you are at the same moment, not expecting too much of yourself, like in a stressful or anxious way, just allowing yourself to experience, to be, we are dust. Why the fuck would I take myself so seriously if I know that I became from dust and I'm gonna go back to dust?
How to say mom?
How to say?
Mom.
Ma'am? It's like income tax.
Okay.
Income tax is a good fucking way to put it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I heard a quote of someone said, everything you do in life, you should put like a...
Yes. 17% income tax of fucking it.
Yeah, not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
So not like you said.
Exactly. But I wouldn't say 17, I would say 50.
50%?
Because at the end of the day, life takes you through such an incredible fucking journey that it's like a painter trying to judge himself while he's painting the picture. Until you will see the end of the picture, you cannot judge yourself. And what's the end of the picture, my friends? Death. So you have no reason to judge yourself from the beginning. Easier said than done, huh? Easier said than done, because I'm the last person to give tips like that, the voice of depression in my head is 24/7 ongoing. But you gotta understand that sometimes you can take breaks from this serious way of trying to be and just allow yourself to be a little kid.
It's interesting because I was today going to the beach and I was kind of
a little bit for the...
Yeah, I was going today to the beach and I was thinking like, can I just be joyful with no reason? Like I have my project, I have my stuff, I have my community, I have like a lot of business to make.
Which we're gonna talk about.
Yes. But then I said, okay, can I be just on the beach and just be joyful? Not because there was events that make me happy or something. Like,
so important.
I understand that, but it's actually, I don't know, it was hard to me.
Easier said than done.
Sometimes goal oriented and you want to make stuff.
Yeah, I completely understand you. And again, easier said than done.
Yeah, shit.
Like trying to, like I went through Vipassanas and through water fasting that I am in the middle right now. I haven't ate food in 3 days.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I had like the episode that goes up before you. It was a girl named Alice that she is a fasting expert, dry fasting, water fasting. And it really motivated me to make like a little reset for my body. So I decided to just see how it goes, to just drink water for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days.
Are you hungry?
Honestly, right now, not at all. I feel like on the top, I also stopped smoking weed like for the last couple days, and I feel on top of my shit, you know, like,
You're energetic.
yeah, look at me.
Yeah.
The voice, you came here telling me I'm sharp, so I'm gonna take it as a compliment. Bro, like, honestly, I feel like I'm at the top of my game right now. I'm not hungry. I don't need anything. I'm clear as fucking sky in February in Koh Phangan.
Shit.
Beautiful. Beautiful. We're gonna talk about it more. But I want to get to a different subject.
Okay, I'm with you.
Let's get the cross-section of Nova.
Mm.
Let's go through there, because it will lead us to a couple places.
Mm-hmm.
Guide me through it.
So I will
6th of October.
Yeah. So 6th of October, I will not go specific in the details of what happened to my story.
No.
But on the October 6th, I was gathering, I had like a team of photographers. I was managing the stills photographers, and from the 8 stills photographers, I had 3 photographers that are mine. Like, I teach them, I took responsibility, they're under my production name.
Yes.
We came there, I was managing everything. It was quite a good festival. 6/29, everything that happened, like terrorist attack and shit, and my photographer one of them didn't survive. The other one went to in depression in the home. The third one went to the army straight away.
Yeah.
And this was, and all my life changed, like everyone's changed, you know, with the hostages, kidnapping, and all the shit we've been through. And from there on, my way with dealing with trauma, it was by doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I really like do stuff, and I also had like the ability, because I was producer in my past, because I know the people, and I just started doing a lot of shit. So in the beginning, I was opening Hamal. It's like a war room inside of schools, like when you learn stuff.
Yeah.
So we open laptops, and we're trying to make food for delivered to the soldiers, and like everything that's possible. After that, it's kind of gets stabilized after 5 days, and the existence of Israel's kind of stabilized. So then there was there was a safe space for all the survivors. And I helped to kind of invite survivors to the space. It was a perfect space, very prop psychedelic, like, come, I know you all been high and on fucking acid and was seeing fucking murder and shit. Come, enjoy, be in a better place, like a safe place with your friends. And it was something that helped everyone, but nobody wanted to get there because it was fucking scary to get out of the home, and also a lot of people was kind of instilled in such
Traumatic, yeah.
It's so fucking hard. And it was a perfect place, and I just take, again, the courage, as we talked before that, and making the jump, and just to make a video. So because I was a content creator, I just have a couple shots, put myself in front of the camera, said, hey, all the Nova survivors, there's a safe space for you. You can come, eat food, nobody asks you questions, be with everyone, and shit like that. And I did it professionally. And all this kind of call to action, the hook, everything to make it viral, to invite as much people as possible. Yeah. And then we got like very viral. It's got like 1.5 million views. It was 3,000. So in the festival, it was around 3,500 people. Around 350 people get murdered. Around 150 from the festival get kidnapped. Yeah. So there was 3,000 people that were survivors. And I'm talking about hundreds of the people, because of this video, came to this place. And it's basically saved their lives, because there was kind of a series of people suiciding. Because they were on psychedelics and being in everything. It was so fucking hard. And then I become like very known person, because I was making these videos of different places regarding Nova survivors and how to help them. Yeah. And people were sharing that because everyone was united. And I kind of become unofficially the Nova survivors
spokesman.
I don't know. And there was more places that opened up, and more adventures, and more people, more stuff for them. And I did it for a couple of months. After it stabilized and I saw that I cannot do nothing, I continued doing stuff. To go away with the story.
Yeah, of course.
I just speaking to soldiers and ask how can I help you, because I was giving them a ride I was going to some date with some girl, and I saw a soldier, pick him up, and he said, man, we like in the border with Lebanon all the time, and we fucking exhausted, and we just want to get to a trance festival, like a trance party. It's what keep us
all we
going.
want.
And shit, yeah, okay, shit, I can do that. I was organizing parties in the past. I know all the DJs because I'm a photographer.
Yeah.
Shit, let's
make something happen.
Yeah, sometimes skills give opportunities.
Exactly.
And I was making some calls, and there was like a whole chaos, and we opened something called Seyret Trance. So it's like, I don't know how to explain it in English.
It's like the squad of trance, or the front line of.
So we were coming to soldiers' bases, and it was crazy. We was coming with the best artists of the world, Astral Projection, Artifacts, Newborn, like Imagine Mouse, like the people who play on fucking Boom and Ozoras all the time were coming to the soldiers' bases. I was opening up like 8 meters stage, like with LEDs.
Yeah.
Not LEDs, like psychedelic visuals, fire shows, speakers, food, everything for free. I was raising kinda all the people who can't for volunteering. And we were jumping from base to base, doing that to make soldiers happy, to give them moral. And it was fucking insanity, because I was the only producer in the world that needed to talk. Again, I'm always talking to the army to make that. And sometimes I needed to bring and to attach soldiers with M16 rifles to the DJs, to answer projection, to go in through dangerous parts, to get to the base, to make the festivals.
That's dedication.
Yeah, so it was fucking crazy. And also because of that, I make videos about that, because the more videos I get, the more
awareness,
and more people wanted to come to join, to give more. I needed rides, I needed like to make the speakers, I need to make like the decoration. We need
to put a hand.
We were making festival like these parties 24 hours before like the event.
Yeah.
From you're a producer here of events.
Yeah.
Talking like making this type of events in 48 hours, 24
Insane.
hours, with fucking collaborating with like army commandos, and they're kind of what we don't want your like that music. What they say? It was insanity. One time I came from LA from a retreat, and when I was going to the plane, I built a system, and I had like a team, and I had like my managers, and one of the manager called me before. We had like Excel sheets, everything ready. Everyone who want what, put dates, and will come to you. And before going to a flight from LA to Israel, it's a 15 hours flight. She's saying, okay, I have a lead. I'm trying to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
When you go back, I will update you if we do it or not. After 15 hours in the flight, I opened my phone in Israel, and the moment I open up, she's calling me saying, okay, in 6 hours, we're going to a base next to the Dead Sea. I make that. This is all your tasks. Start making calls, bring the DJs. Go. And they're like, you're producing a party in like, I don't know, in a crazy shit way.
Absolutely beautiful, bro.
And this is just went again.
That's dedication. That's wanting to be a part of something bigger than you. And in the name of all of them and myself, bro, I want to thank you for the energy. And how did it go to, like, how did the US recognize your work and your...
Oh, okay,
how did you get there?
A little bit of context. I was 5 months in USA. I opened up an art gallery around the photography and to tell the story of what's happened on October 7th from an artist way. And I was doing speaking lectures. The way I decided to do that I went to the Nova 629, how to say it? No, Mitzag.
It's like a showroom.
No showrooms. There was okay, it's like we find out like the gallery, but
I'm gonna write something here. Exhibition.
Yeah, exhibition.
Good.
And going there, and they did an amazing job to tell the story. It was fucking very professional. They did a great job, and it was
here in Israel.
It was
Achia being here. He was part of one of the teams that made it. Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah.
but there was nothing. I was there, and I was kind of part of the Nova team.
Yeah.
I was not only the photographer, I was part of the production, but there was nothing talking about trance. They market it as a music festival, and this is the right way, because then you can explain on the world it was a music festival, and like, 3,000 terrorists come and fucking start shooting and killing everyone, and then everyone can kind of to get connected to that emotionally. And it's very hard to explain trance music to all the other world, but for me it was not techno, it's not EDM, it was not Coachella, it was trance culture, it was trance music. People had like spiritual experiences on the dance floor before. We were talking with gods. It was, for us, it's a ritual. And I said, I want to make it different. Like, I want to talk about like the spiritual stuff, what's happened to us from our perspective. And nobody was kind of interested to do that and to talk about trance. And it was the only, like, and I said, again, to be a delusional, I didn't have too much money. I didn't have like too much. I didn't know almost no one from USA. And you see people in LA, and I said, "Fuck it,
let's go."
They don't want to. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to make this exhibits. Like, it's a whole production. It's a lot of money. It's like fucking pain in the ass. Shit, I want to do that. Fuck everyone. I'm going to do that. I didn't even have the money to fly to USA, so I closed the speaking gig to speak in front of 3,000 people in New York City. They buy me a ticket to New York City. Then I had like a whole 1 week delegation of speakings in Pennsylvania, and this bought me a ticket to go to LA. I've been in LA for 4 months, maximizing my credit card and making all the connections and shaking hands as much as I want. And in the end, I make that. So regarding what I did and how I financed that, I was making speaking lectures about like the terrorists and what's happened. And like 80% of the money went to the gallery. The 20% went to basic living.
Yeah, sure.
And everything went to the gallery to make this happen and to memorize my friends, my photographer, my friend David Nerman, who get married there too. In my way, in artistic, with the photography I shot with like Jewish calligraphy, but in a tribal way, with a special artist, and like to make it how I see it. Because for me, I'm very, very, I don't know if you probably understand from now, trance, it's my life, all aspects, to produce the music, the culture, the values. It's not only like just jumping, it's like a whole culture.
Yeah.
And nobody talks about that. And I said, so I will make the difference.
And how were the reactions when you gave your speeches?
Americans are they're interesting. So first of all, they always call you a hero. Everyone a hero.
Yeah.
And we hate it. Like, as a Nova survivors who say, don't call us a hero. Like,
we
just survived. Yeah. So I was it was very positive most of the time. I had like all this pro-Palestine stuff that was kind of negative. It was not, I learned how to speak. I make like the courses and I'm trying to make, to build how I wanted to build the speaking. My English, it's not perfect, but I make the point, and it's like I was playing with phonation and talking with my hands. But Americans I was kind of exaggerating everything, and I was kind of very feeling like a lot of love and passion and like support. But I was kind of, I want to be careful with that, because you're getting a lot of fame and a lot of people kind of looking at you with like huge eyes. Shit, you a terrorist attack survivor and you're a hero. Doesn't matter what I did, I'm a hero.
Yeah.
It's like
it's kind of a big title,
it's
bro.
Huge title that I was kind of.
Yeah.
I'm beginning with my speaking lectures. Like, if someone calls me a hero one more time, I will punch them in the face and don't do it anymore.
Yeah, there's something about getting a title that you don't think you deserve that can just, not feel comfortable.
Yeah, it's
and you went through all of that, through the desert and a lot, and going to, and being at the Nova and going to the US to lecture everything. And at what point did you understand that you want to relocate here?
So,
how did Koh Phangan call you?
So, I came from USA And then I did like a festival. Each year going to the festival season. And for me, it's like a healing process. And after like 5 months alone in USA, changing something every week or two a place, and like everything was unstable, and to make like to close the contracts, and people kinda
trying to fool you, trying to steal from it.
Like shit. Like I've been in the LA scene and making like been through a lot of shit to make this happen. I was burned out. It was very hard to me.
Yeah.
And I said, after 1 year, there was the October 7th of the year afterward. I said, I think I need to go back to like to do healing stuff and work. It's my this is how I deal with my trauma, and I need to take everything out. I scheduled to make like a gallery in New York City and in Israel and in Miami and stuff. And I said, I'm going for a healing process, and Koh Phangan known as a healing center. And my intuition called here, and then I heard like there's a starting a trance in here, like a culture of trance music here, and maybe I could find work if I will be ready, because for all this year I stopped shooting festivals. My photographer get murdered during the attack, and from then on I could not take my camera to my hand.
Yeah, for sure.
And the first time I shoot again was in Copenhagen, here a couple festivals. So I came here for a healing purpose and to find myself again and to have a stable life. I have apartment that's stable. I have like people. I have like a schedule. It's new to me. I mean,
stability.
It's stability. Yeah, it's fucking crazy for me, and I'm coming here for healing.
And how does it feel going from one side of the spectrum to the other one? How does it feel going from a person that is like constantly going around, where am I going to sleep tomorrow or in a week, to suddenly, I have this place for like 4, 6, 8 months?
So, it's a good question.
Yeah. It's grounding.
It's safe. It's the first time that from the October 7th, or basically in Israel, I felt safe.
Yeah. And
also there was here a terrorist attack, how to say it,
Hazara. They gave a notice that there might happen something.
Yeah, here, and they said, fucking, you cannot feel safe anywhere.
Yeah.
But here, after 2.5 months on the island, I'm going away and I'm feeling safe. And it's such a unique feeling that you never, like, it's so weird to feel safe. Like, you sit and you don't calculating from where the terrorists will come and what the exit points.
Yeah.
And you can kind of become more like connected to yourself and relax. And I promised to myself that the first months in the Koh Phangan, I'm not working at all.
Yeah.
Not shooting, not building, nothing. And it was very hard because my hands was fucking like that.
I can do that and I can do this.
Yeah, shit, I have so much opportunity. Yeah. But now after two months, like a couple weeks ago, I was starting back to making stuff, to work, to hustle.
Exactly, which leading me to the next subject. Let's talk about your new project.
Yeah. So on February, will be around 10 festivals on the island.
Yeah.
Huge one from all over the world. Like crazy, the Modem and Ahora and like Parvati Calling and like huge names. And as a photographer, I needed a place to send all of them a message about like photography. And there was not one place who showed all the festivals and all the genres.
Yeah.
And it's come from a need of like, shit, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of difference from them. Usually trance people going to trance festivals and don't like other music.
Yeah. And
there's a lot of genres. And I want to make something around that. And this is my passion. I don't want to produce event because it's too stressful for me. It's like, you're a producer yourself. It's fucking stressful.
Yeah.
But I want to be part of that. And I made a WhatsApp group that just updates all the festivals that coming and kind of showing all the differences in the genres, when it's happening, what type of music, who is the artist, behind the scenes, stuff as I know the photographer and someone using the genre, like the good stuff, the bad stuff, the recommendation, where is a more European crowd, where is a more like mature crowd, like locations. And I'm building here a community around that I would love to invite everyone, of course. And so this is my new project, and I took it ahead.
I even told you that before we started, like, I've been following this group, this community, and starting from 10, 15, 50, 100, 250, 400. How much are we on right now?
So right now we're around 500 people, but we are going in 2 days with a huge campaign with like posters and banners and professional graphic designers that are showing everything. And my goal is to, like, it's not a goal, it's already happening. Copenhagen becoming the center of trance music in the world.
Yeah.
Like, the biggest trance festival come here. But I want to be the place that can showing everything. And when you have one group and something you can see, fuck, there is 5,000 people, 10,000 people here that really love this music, it will bring even more festivals.
Yeah.
And they're giving a lot of like people like
Attraction.
attraction, yes. So right now we're at 500. It's a 1 week old group, and it's grew organically. And now we're going to make more fuel in that to make it even bigger and to try to give discounts to everyone. So it's just going to be better and better.
Yeah, and honestly, like this, I've looked at the post, I've seen the way you publish it, I've seen that it's very personal, it feels one-on-one, you know, a little bit of polls here and there, you know, that's the way to engage. And it looks like it comes from a person that knows what it does, you know. And if someone at the start said like, oh yeah, another person that is trying to come, and you're basing yourself really, really nicely. I really like the way you're doing it, and that's amendable. Like, it's beautiful. I love
so
when people. I remember the contrast of being here 7 years ago and being here now, you know, and seeing the difference between Copenhagen of 2017 and Copenhagen of 2025. 8 years ago, my God, it's almost 10 years. Fuck.
Shit.
Two sides of the spectrum.
Yeah, it's changing. I'm new to the island, and I heard so much
Two
about the island
sides of the
changing.
spectrum, man. Like, honestly, both positively and negatively. Yeah, you cannot deny it. But it's good. It's good that this place can be, like, don't get me wrong, there's fucked things about it, huh? But it's good that more people can be helped by the energy of this place, by the amazing people and cultures that surrounds here, this island. And people like you from the trance scene, from the... I'm not even knowing what I'm trying to say. It's like, it's coming from a place of from one side being vulnerable, for just being able to, like, I want to be a part of this. I want to help you. I want to show you where things happening. And
there's something very special coming here on the island. The island itself, from my perspective, as I work in festivals and leave festivals, especially the big ones in Europe, there's something unique. There's an energy there that's very, very accurate, precise.
yeah,
There's like everything that should happen to you will happen in a very precise way.
exactly.
And I feel the same energy here in Copenhagen. Like, because it's such an island that's very energetic with the crystals on the land. Crystal Island. So no one here have like this 9 to 5 kind of hours, the structure. There is a place for the magic happen, to meet everyone you should meet, and to experience everything they should meet, and to kind of it's crazy. I was manifesting stuff. I want to have that, and to meet that and experience that. And after 2 days, I was experiencing that. It's a special place here in Copenhagen, and something changing here. It's very unique here, and I'm very, very happy that in my time here, in my lifetime, and in my period of staying here, it's becoming it's a booming area.
Yeah.
It's a booming area. It's in a good way, like a lot of people, everything's so expensive. But really, I don't think that I have been in a period or in a country that I saw so much shit happening. And also regarding like the trance scene, it's like 10 festivals. if I will go like day to day, almost every 2 or 3 days there's like a festival, like a good one, with a world record like names. Like from the first of months, we're talking about Kobe, then as a projection, then we have like the Shtubi one, then we're going to the Modem, when the Ozora coming here, then we have like the Newborn, and then we're coming, there is a burning noise of Swamp. Again, like we have a
Electric Nose. 23rd of February, Electric Nose in Koh Phangan. I had to do it.
You had to do it. Yeah, so fuck yeah, you had to do it. Like, Free Earth coming here on this month.
Yes.
Shit, the Parvati calling coming this month. Like, so much events that I'm saying, this is kind of the summer in Europe. Like, when you have the festivals and you kind of have 1 week of Zora, 1 week of Boom, 1 week of that.
You manifested it.
Shit,
right, all because of you. You wanted to be a part of the scene and you just created the scene.
We have the biggest scene here in the world.
Honestly, like, where else can you see like this size of parties or festivals happening like 25, 27, 31
second. So like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe only in Israel, but not this, not like that.
It's beautiful. And like, just to summarize, from the start to the finish, it looks like everything that you manifested and visualized kind of happened, you know. So
it's a curse sometimes. Like, you should be very careful. There is a Chinese curse saying, may you find everything that you seek, and it's a Chinese curse. And the continue of the curse, it's may you live in interesting time. So we're living in a very interesting time.
Bro, as long as we keep, like, it's going back to our beautiful middle conversation. I loved it. As long as the main idea in your head is to learn how to surf the waves of life and not the specific situation that you get yourself in, you're going to be okay, you know, because all you try is to keep yourself balanced, mature, understanding, empathic, and just good-hearted.
I'm learning the ways. I don't know if I know how to do it.
What's the next manifestation, bro? Where are we going from here?
So I'm going to stay on the island at least 2-3 months more, like 2-3 more months. On the summer, I'm going to. Do you know the Hong one?
Yeah,
the Hong, the smelling stuff.
Oh yeah.
So on the October 7th, it kind of saved my life. Like, it's really helped me with the panics and help people on like fucking psychedelics in bomb shelters and calm them down. And when I was driving away from 14 hours with the adrenaline rush, when everything was kind of stable and I'm going to home, I remember started sleeping in my car, just fell asleep because it was the day before it, and just waiting for the people with the RPGs to shoot me. And you need to be aware, but you start to sleep. This shit helped me to wake up and to be like very focused and very stable. So I want to, in my end of my time in Thailand, to be in Bangkok and to sign a contract to be like this importer, like to be distributor, license one to Israel, because I started doing a lot of background check about like the smelling stuff. It's called Hong Thai. You can find it everywhere in Thailand. So this will be my next project, to do that. Then I want to experience the festivals in the summer. For me, it's like I must do. It's a healing stuff. It's like something bigger than me. And then on October 7, in around 10 months from now, I want to open my galleries that I opened a year ago in LA, back to Israel, to show all the families and all the people what this culture is about, what we experience from my eyes as a photographer and as an artist. And maybe when I will be ready, I will make my own events about like trance culture and stuff. So this is basically the...
I believe in you. I know that whatever is going to come to your mind, you're going to do, because you have this passionate heart and you have this fire in your heart that is just addictive. And honestly, I want to thank you so much for this.
Thank you for having a place I can share my story and share my thoughts. And
that's the only thing I want, bro. Just to let people be the best version of themselves. And it looks like You're in a good spot, bro.
Yeah, Mishai, thank you. Really thank you for being able to tell this story, and to I will again invite everyone to join my community, everyone who coming to Copenhagen.
I'm gonna put a link. It's gonna be in the description.
Yeah,
You heard it here first, guys. Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure.
KohPhanCast.
Yeah.
Join the journey, stay for a while.